What's up, guys? It's Tony, the soy sauce assassin. I was told that Pedialyte will cure any sort of cigars sickness, so we gotta put that to the test. Huh? It's for kids? No, it says for adult. Alright, guys, is my voice sounds okay? Good? I know today is slightly different. I know I look 10 times younger today. Right? 10 times younger. Very good. It's all because I had new studio light today. I actually put it up the studio lights, and so now I look super bright. It's super bright in this room. At least it's not like 10,000 different colors. Now it's one color, white. So looking good, looking good. So how's everybody doing today? One of those random days. Hey guy, I can't stay since you had to, work. Come on. What time is that? Right now it's what, 7 p.m. at the West Coast? 9 p.m. at East Coast? Come on. Anyways, so today I'm pairing with Pedialyte because apparently Pedialyte is good enough to take care of any sort of cigar sickness. Like, if you're a beginner, just drink with Pedialyte, and your first experience is supposed to be good. So I ain't gonna have it with Pedialyte today. Someone is smoking something rare. 300 hands are relatively rare. Alright, here we go. My wife said this is for kids, but I don't care. I'm like a kids at heart. Kids at heart, kids at heart. There we go. Pedialyte. You will never hear somebody that paired their cigar with Pedialyte. So today we're gonna try that Pedialyte. Let's see. So today, as promised, we are going to go with #1 cigar of the year, Carrillo Encore Majestic. I believe this is a Maduro, so we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Hey, Jason. What's going on? Ooh. Okay. Very loose. Very loose. Just in case, this is one of the boxes I actually keep on my 40% humidors, okay? This is where I put less humidity for, so that it's ready to smoke. But this is loose. I'm saying, like, almost feel very loose, like empty. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of empty. And I mean, if I was to score cigars, which I don't, I would have just give this a point off, because this has the aroma of a cigarette. I'm not kidding. It smells like a cigarette. It's not a aroma that I particularly like, but it's there. I gotta find a cutter. Oh yeah, I had it on my table because last time I smoked at my table. But I always have a spare. Oh my god. Super loose straw. This is like no resistance. Zero resistance. I don't know. Is this gonna live up to the hype of #1 cigar of 2018? Doesn't look good right now. Alright, so let's start with what everybody's smoking right now. Alright? Which you smoke, a Magic Toast or a Punch Signature or Flathead 555? Okay. Since it's at nighttime, I recommend Flathead 554 because you're not gonna be able to meet anybody after that. It's quite strong. Magic Toast, I never had it before, so I can't recommend it. Punch Signature is one of those I just want to relax to smoke it. So Flathead 554 is it, Chris. And 300 hands is one of those rare ones. 300 hands, I think it's a unreleased or like a European release only one. So 300 hands are rare. It's pretty good stuff. So who else is here right now? Joseph can't smoke because this is why I don't understand. Why can you smoke a cigarette at work but you cannot smoke a cigar? That did not make sense to me. Warp Moon Garden. That sounds pretty good actually. Amazon Basin, that's always a good one. Gurkha? Matthew, did you end up like that Gurkha? Let me know if you like that Gurkha because I haven't smoked one Gurkha that I liked yet. What is that? Alex has offered a Magic Toast to me, so I think I'm getting one soon. Okay, you're not supposed to smoke anything? Okay. So, initial impression of this, super duper ultra loose straw. No resistance whatsoever, it just comes right through. Very similar to a cigarette. Taste-wise, I got some pepper. Some sweet pepper aroma. Kind of burns the nose a little bit, but it's not too bad. Yeah, just pepper and a little bit of cedar. And that's about it in the beginning. Kind of sweet pepper and cedar. Kiwi berry mist. Actually, it tastes good. I like the kiwi one. It's not that bad. It's bad, but it's not that bad. I'm testing this out because somebody told me that this will actually remove majority of the cigar taste afterward, so that your breath doesn't smell like cigar all that bad. So I'm doing this for science. We'll find out. A little bit earthiness too, and a little bit bitter of, I can't tell if it's coffee or cocoa, but it's something's not the same. But that pepper stays, lingers. It's almost like, like minty, fresh feel, but it's pepper. The stick I'm smoking is the #1 cigar of 2018, the Perez Carrillo Encore Majestic Maduro, I think. Actually, it's not Maduro. I think it's Maduro, but it's not Maduro. But yeah, this is it. By the way, all of you has a chance to win this still. I'm gonna choose a random person that leave a comment in the comment section and that subscribed to me already to win one of this. So still, after this video, still good. The next video I'll announce who won. It's like a bitter coffee taste to it, but it's maybe closer to milk chocolate. Not too sure. Because the pepper covers up a lot of taste. And it's harder to taste. We'll see if the pepper wears off after the first stir. So I think like in terms of top 25, it's a really biased list, right? Because so far I tried number 2 and number 3, and they really do not stand up to number 2 and number 3. They do not stand up to that. And I feel like a lot of them is actually profitable thing, like who spend the most money with the advertisement and who gets on top. I think that's a bad way to rate a cigar. I mean, I don't rate cigars like you never hear me say points off there, add points there, and this cigar is 90 point or whatever. For me, it's either enjoyable, worth it, or not enjoyable, piece of crap. And you know, if I was to come out with a list, it would be Soy Sauce Assassin 25 cigars you should be trying, not like a list. It wouldn't be a list like that. But hey, if you guys want me to come out with that list, I will come out with that list. I think it's about $11 to $12. They're not expensive. Yeah, the pepper is making me like runny nose, but so far not too complex. It's very, very loose draw. I did not like the dry draw that has a cigarette taste to it, but when you actually smoke it, it doesn't taste like cigarette, so that's a good thing. You can only change it once 30 days or once a week or something like that. Hey Joseph, what's going on? Hey William, what is going on, guys? So we got quite a bit of people today. I know a lot of people are working today and cannot make it, which I totally understand. But it is a 2-hour session every Wednesday and every Saturday, so you know we can wait for people. That's all good. Well, while we're waiting for everybody else, let's do some shameless plug. So as you guys already know, sticker has been made, and I am actually not selling them. I have a few that I already sent out to people who has donated, or people who have donated cigars, or something like, you know, basically people who supported the channel. So this is what I'm gonna do. What happened is I made a second batch. It's gonna get here in a week or so, and I have stickers and magnets of the same thing, so they all look like this, but one is sticker, one is magnet. And what happened is, for anybody who donates it, so long as their donation covers a sticker, I'll send the stickers to you. And if you donate covers more than 2 stickers, I send 2 stickers. If it covers more than 2 stickers, I send a magnet. So that's what's gonna end up happening. So I just gotta send out to people who donate and supports the channel instead of selling them, because I don't know how I'm gonna price it. So if you want to donate, there's a link in the description that allows donation. I also accept donation via Venmo. I believe that the name under it is Asian Don't Sleep. So my old name, Asian Don't Sleep, is from Venmo. But you know, you can all use the link below in the comment section to support this cause. I'm giving things out. You know, covers the shipping, stuff like that. So a lot of things I had to ship out. I have to ship out t-shirts and stuff. They add up. But yeah, I figure I'll make some magnet, because some people doesn't want this to stay on their whatever thing they're holding forever. And you can put the magnet on cars too. And what happens, I have multiple different designs. So I figure it's like if I run a batch of that design, once I finish giving it out, I'll make another different design, and I'll give those out too, and then I'll just rotate those designs. So eventually, you know, everybody will have different ones. The first batch I made, It's just to test the durability of this, because these are stretchy, they're durable. So I want to make sure that they stand up to the test of abuse. And hopefully they do. So, want to abuse them, put them outside. So yeah, if you donate, get a sticker. Donate enough, magnets, the t-shirts and hats or whatever that's gonna be in the future. I think it will be something similar to what Bob the Cigar Guy did, just cater other people do it. But the thing that I really want to do is, I don't know if you guys seen someone posted a picture of a cup that's made out of wood. It has logos on it. That's the thing I want to do. I want to make my logo onto that cup. It's like a mug, wooden mug. That's really cool. Burned onto it. I want to do that. Hey Dan. Hey RG Evans. Is RG supposed to stand for something? Okay, now it gets like earthy, woodsy a little bit. Pepper starts to cool down a little bit, but it's not. It's easy to smoke though. This is easy. Easy go in, easy come out kind of thing. Has a little bit of a sweet, tobacco-y taste. I don't know if I can give out this hat. I only have one of these. They don't make this one anymore. I actually went to the manufacturer, asked for another one because I love this this color, but they don't make it anymore. So, yeah, I can't give that one out. They're quite costly actually. This one is $80 or something like that when they first made it. You know, if this gets popular enough, I'll auction off for charity. Soy Sauce Assassin's hat. Auction for charity. Fedora. It's hard to find a cheap fedora. They are much more expensive than a cap. So when you look at an average baseball cap, I think they range between $15 to $20 of manufacturing costs to people who buy them whole, like a good amount. But the fedora, they're usually at least $40 for manufacturer, I think. So there was no way to run something that's gonna be sustainable to produce, for me at least, for a small amount. Wait, am I buffering? It doesn't show on mine. Mine shows just fine. It says 0 drop frame, so it shows 0 drop frame on mine, and then it shows amount of kilobyte per second, and it's not showing that I dropped any frame. Yeah. Hey Nate, what is going on? You have a $45 $59.50. Yeah, it didn't show I dropped any frames yet, so not too sure what's going on sometimes. So yeah, I'm closer to half. This thing burns really, really quickly because it's so loose and the air just goes right through. It's almost squishy. It's almost squishy. The ash is beautiful white though, because it's got so much oxygen. It burns nicely. I'm pretty sure this is nice tobacco because all I'm tasting is pretty much tobacco, and a little bit of bitterness to it. A little bit sweet notes to it, but and you can taste the cedarwood afterward. But what makes this number one? That's my question. What makes this number one that I'm not tasting? You see, for me to think a cigar is number one on the list, it should be like everybody can smoke in it, everybody can enjoy it at the same time. People who like full body cigars gotta hate this. People who like full flavor, in your face cigars gotta hate this. People who like consistency, mellow taste, Cubans might like this. It's actually burning. That taste is very similar to a Cuban cigar, a light Cuban cigar, like a multi crystal. So yeah, I guess if you think of this as an $11 Cuban cigar multi crystal, it might be there. It might be close to that, but I don't see anything that's particularly special. Then it's the number one cigar of 2018. Perez Carrillo Encore Majestic. Right? I agree with that, Nate. This should be like, oh my god, this is so good. But I don't feel it this way. I can't get excited over this one. It's good in the sense of that it's mellow, it's consistent, but it's nothing too special about it. I feel like this could be a beginner cigar as well, almost. It's a little bit stronger than what I will consider as beginner cigars. The bend is pretty cool. I like the bronzy color. And the draw is very loose, so it's easy to smoke. But and it's burning in the best condition you possibly can. Can you see how white this is? The ash. The ash is getting the best burn as you can possibly get, but the flavor is I can't find it. The aftertaste is a little bit woodsy, but it's almost like a mixture of taste rather than a pinpoint taste. I'm doing this while recovering my Pedialyte, 33% more electrolyte. Oh, really? Halfway just put out their top 20. What's the number one? What is the number one, Joseph? What is the number one list? On the list? The smoke is solid. You can see the smoke. It does have good smoke. The ash didn't last. It fell down earlier. But we'll see if it continues to do better. So let's talk about a few things. Number one, Cigars Daily Nation. As you guys already know, Cigars Daily Nation is going through a lot of changes. And I'm looking forward to those changes, like I said last time. And as you know, the chapter is gone. But it doesn't mean that we cannot unite and still be, what we do. We can still organize events. We can still do fun things together. We can do a lot of other stuff too. So I'm looking forward to 2019. Basically, revamp the Cigar Daily Nation. I'm gonna try to provide more to the Cigar Daily Nation, even though I'm just a fan. And I really try to do my best. And one of the things that I want to encourage people is that we have 5,000 members in Cigar Daily Nation, and that's a lot of people. And a lot of us are there for a good reason, because we want to enjoy this thing and everything. And a lot of people are just there to troll. You know, if we have 500, 600 active members that really just posting what they have and kind of enjoy the hobby, and then kind of enjoy the company of all the other members, that's great. But let's say 10% of that is trolls. That's 400, 500 members that are trolls. So I want to encourage you guys, all right? If you find a post that is looking for trouble, report it to the administrator. So we have 2 mods now. Report it to the administrator. Have them just pause it, remove it, whatever, before they start a big fight. Because I see a few that's actually pinpoint at me recently. And do I feel offended? A little bit. But I try not to pick fight, or you know, I do respond to it. Because I obviously I don't feel good when somebody's trolling me and just let it go. I'm not that kind of person. So I would respond to it, but it doesn't mean that I'm not offended. So, you know, if you guys see any posts that's like obviously looking for trouble, starting controversies, or just simply being mean, go ahead and report it. I mean, it's better to be over-reporting it than under-reporting it, so that we can weed out those trolls and people that's looking for trouble, so we can have a better environment, right? I mean, that might sound mean. It might sound like I'm doing it because I've been trolled lately, but I feel like that's gotta avoid, you know, we can use that to find out who's really there for the good reason, and who's really there to have fun and just want to enjoy the time with everybody, and who's really that just there to troll because they got nothing better to do in their life. Enjoy the Nicaragua. Okay. Hey, Greg, what is going on, man? I did the same compromiso. It's good, but it wasn't like crazy good. So I don't see that being number 1 either. Yeah, I mean, I personally try to run as many giveaways as I possibly can. And I find that a lot of time when I try to do that kind of stuff, some people are not happy about it. And I honestly don't know why, and I don't know when I ever offended them enough where they say, hey, giving out free stuff is bad. You're just showing off. You're not really helping anybody. Why are you doing this? You know, that make me feel kind of bad, per se, because I'm just trying to share. You know, I'm not trying to flaunt my wealth or anything. I'm just trying to share. In fact, I talked to my wife and said, if I ever died, just donate all my cigars to the U.S. military. And that's what I plan to do. So if I ever died, this video will be a proof of that. If I ever died, all my cigar will be donated to the military, the vets, the soldiers who wants one. PNW. So basically, you can't change it unless you wait 30 days. When's the last time you changed it? Hey, Jim. So yeah, I mean, I'm not there to... Okay. In this term, I am doing it for self-satisfaction, right? It satisfies me to see people happy. And I know that when you win something, that feeling is much better than receiving something for nothing. Winning something is like, makes my day. So I like to have people win something rather than just get something. You know, just simply send out cigars, people would feel like, hey, I'm dry bagging or something like that. It's not. I want people to win it. So that way I have a reason to give. And that's usually what I want to do. And I want to share with everybody. You know, people, not everybody just want to go buy a cigar. Sometimes you can't find a cigar. For example, I couldn't find the eggs easily available to trade because I'm trying to do a episode for you guys where I smoke the egg, the methodology proper way, you know, for you guys. But I can't find one. So I you know, cigar is one of those things that sometimes it's hard to find, sometimes it's easy to find, that kind of stuff. And I just know that, you know, give somehow allow people to win one. It's a nice thing to do. But you know, you know, say if it's self-satisfactory thing, or you know, some people say it might be narcissistic or pretentious. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to have fun with everybody. So, you know, when I saw that kind of comment, I did get a little bit of upset, but it's not gonna stop me from doing it, because this is what I plan to do. Exactly, and that's like Jason said. I'm here to enjoy the hobby, making new friends, just enjoy my time with everybody. And then sometimes it gets hard when somebody go, "Oh, you're doing there just because you're pretentious. You're doing that because you want attention and stuff like that." So I hope you know, the whole Cigars Daily Nation could be a big family. You know, everybody's happy. Everybody gets something for free here and there. You know, I know Tim, as a business owner, he can give out cigars. He just can't, only because the legal reasons. To get the stuff from Cigar Mechanic for you guys, I had to buy like cigar that he represents, so he can give me the stuff. He can't just simply give it to me because it's considered as commercial merchandise. So, you know, I try my best so that I can get the stuff for you guys, and I understand why Cigar City cannot simply say, "I'm gonna give you guys stuff." You know, if they could, they would have. Why? You know, that's like a good advertisement for them, but it's just they can't. So I'm doing the work because I'm a fan that is able to do so. But for people to say, "Hey, you're doing that for attention," I just feel bad about that. Yeah. So, you know, hopefully that will improve, and people who's not there for the good reasons of just want to share the hobby and then feel happy for other people, now we can weed those out eventually, right? Cool, thanks, Jim. So yeah, almost halfway through. I just taste more cedar. Other than that, nothing special. Nothing special. Um, the cedar does linger though. You see, it just keeps falling off because the loose draw. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I try to please everybody. I want everybody to be happy. You know, it's such a good hobby, you know. And we really don't have enough people do this already. But, you know, the more friends that we have that does the same hobby, the better. It's hard to find another friend that enjoys cigars, you know. Having obrigado. Tater MF salad. What does MS stand for? What is a MF salad? I don't know. This went out just now. And it's not like I stopped smoking it. It's still kind of warm. Let's give it a little bit more flame. Oh. Yep. Relighting it. Get me more cedar. That's all I taste, cedar. Hey Chris, don't be jealous of that of my bathtub calendar. It's instant hit. Everybody wants one. It's instant hit. Everybody wants one. So good. It went out so quickly. It's faster than this sticker that I just made. So yeah, I'm not trying to promote anything. I do encourage everybody to donate during the live sessions, because I love to see the zombie that's on my screen, and that way I don't have to come out one day and say, hey, I know you won the cigar, but I gotta make you pay shipping for it, because I really don't want to do that. Shipping costs a lot of money. I just don't like it to ask people for shipping. I know that Chris recently won a lighter. Chris, when you win the lighter, did it make you pay shipping? See you later, Sherry. Hey Chris, I am smoking the #1 cigar of 2018 from Cigar Aficionado. It's called Carrillo Encore Majestic. It's a mouthful, that name. Like, so long as people donate, I pool that money basically to sending stuff out. That's all. So doesn't matter who wins. What is that? Hope nothing's burning. Why Pedialyte? So if you missed the beginning, basically I heard a rumor that if you drink Pedialyte, it gets rid of any cigar sickness. You know how people smoke too much nicotine and they feel horrible? And apparently if you drink Pedialyte, that won't happen at all. You won't feel the cigar whatsoever. So I'm giving that a test today. At this point, it does not work the top spot for me. Nothing special to it. The flavor is not boom on your face. It's just pepper in the very beginning, and now it's our wood. It's not even a strong wood. We're not talking about the same type of woodsy as like Opus X Lost City. We're talking about a $5 cigar woodsy. So far. At this point, halfway through, I think the My Father #2 cigar, My Father was actually better. The Oplesia was better than this. Cool, Chris. Is that Elia? Elia? I can't pronounce his name. See, I love that zombie. I can't see that zombie unless I turn it on. Yeah, #2 cigar was better, in my opinion. You know, some people might like this better, but the My Father one was much better in terms of complexity, and the floral taste was very enjoyable versus this woodsy, cedary taste. Nate, that doesn't work. It's been proven. and that thing you put in this under your foot is gonna do anything. You know what? It's gonna make you healthier though. Always wear socks. Keep your foot warm. That's the #1 way to keep you healthy. The lighter that Chris got, the Samurai Cigar Shogun got, is actually a beast. That thing's huge. It's got a cutter, it's got a puncher, and it's got a light, like a 4-flame torch lighter on it. It's not for me though. I like the Pedialyte Kiwi because it tastes like Chinese Jello. If you never had those Chinese in a bucket, has multiple Jello in there before, the Kiwi tastes like the green one. By the way, I am going to have a video. I'm gonna have my wife help me film how to deal with the coffee from Cigars Daily Nation. I tasted, so I didn't think that Tim did the best job. I'm sorry, Tim, but I didn't think Tim did the best job making that coffee to make it shine. So once I get it, I'll make it a few different ways that I think will make it shine. And I'll taste it. Make sure it tastes good. Then I'll show it to you guys how I make them. And hopefully you guys can enjoy it too. You know, one day I'm going to go buy one of those table lighter. The huge beast one. I think it's from Zycar. You know, the big round one. I think I'll get one of those. But I still prefer soft lights. Soft flame lighters. So we'll see what happens. My wife said the best thing she will do is for you guys to hear her voice. She's not willing to go on the screen, unfortunately. She actually was sitting here while I was adjusting the camera with the lights, and she said it makes her look flat, and she didn't like it. Mocha pot, I agree. Mocha pot is it can make espresso. Mocha pot is actually really good to make coffees. How much coffee do I put in my press? Usually 8 ounces or more. Depends what kind of beans that you have. So if I have coffee bean, I regularly make it heavy in the same way as espresso. So I'll have to put double in the French press, and I put less on my espresso machine, obviously. So when you want to make a good coffee, you do American press. What is an American press? Is there such thing as an American press? So here's a little background about me and my coffee. I travel a lot, as many of you already know. So when I travel a lot, I go to different places to have coffee. And in Japan, we have a lot of coffee shop, and then a lot of coffee shop make the coffee like best way they possible. In Japan, almost every coffee shop will draw on their coffee unless it's black. And this way I learned how to make few coffees and here and there. When I travel to different places like Ethiopia, they make the coffee there. And when I go to Europe, they have their Americanos. When I go to Taiwan, they make coffee differently too, drippers. And also, I forgot what's the name, the English name for that. When you boil, it goes up to the thing and comes back down. It's different way, and I learned all different ways. And obviously, I go with the most convenient way for the taste. There's many ways to do it. American press, I've never heard of. I know French press. And to be really honest with you guys, American coffee is really just coffee wash. So you're washing the coffee bean with water, and then the water goes down and you're drinking whatever that wash is. So, I mean, if you gotta brew your coffee, sure, you can brew it and then let it sit. And make sure you wanna let it sit for the essence to come out with the hot water. Cold brew is basically soaking the coffee until the oil comes out. So, okay, it's still a French press. It's an AeroPress. Okay. Yeah, they call it American press for the brand, right? Yeah, it's AeroPress. That I know. I just don't know American press. So basically, I'm going to show it to you how to make those coffee good the cheapest way possible, which is just French press or cold brew. Thank you, Matthew, Jocelyn. And after you donate it, please make sure you message me, private message me your address so I can send the sticker to you when I have it. So I want to make sure I send stickers to you guys. If I don't have your address, just make sure you give me your address and just say you donated, and I'll send you stickers. I personally prefer French press because French press does give me a lot of force to go down with, and it actually gets me that oil that comes out. To donate, there's a link in the description. All you have to do is open that link and it goes to like some sort of PayPal page. You know, flavor didn't change at all. It didn't get more. It didn't get better. Unfortunately, that's a sad part. How do you get #1 spot at that? Do you spend $1 billion to advertising so they put you on #1? See, this is what I was told, right? You spend enough of advertising for that year, they'll select those cigars, and then they'll take the band off, and they just put it together and let them have blind tests, and whichever is the best out of those bunch is the top 25. I think that's a horrible way to select top 25. I understand there's no way to change to try all the cigar of the year in 2019. There's like what, thousands of cigars you have to try, but selecting out of advertisement is a bad way. And I can tell you the PDLI did not help. I do feel the cigar, so this didn't help. It does taste good though. Come on, PDLI, you dropped the ball, and I had to drink something like, you know, my wife just made fun of me drinking this because she says for kids, but it does say for adult on it too. It says great for kids and adults. It's not just kids stuff. And you see me keep smoking it, but it doesn't want to stay lit. And this is not over humidified. This is in 40% humidity, so it should burn like wildfire, but it's not. So construction definitely not the best. I don't know. Why do you have to disappoint me like that? Come on, #1 cigar of 2018. And I agree with Chris. I was very surprised about Filthy Viking, and I don't mind to smoke that over and over again. Filthy Viking is definitely one of the one that I would say to try for 2018 for sure. The La Plencia is really good. It's floral. It's worth the $11. I don't know if it's #2 though. It's definitely not #2. And yes, I do know PDLI does help with the hangovers. Oh, Chris, you probably missed my previous video of "Don't Kill Me, Please." I can repeat it. Just make sure, since I'm the soy sauce assassin, let me do the killing. Please don't kill me. I talked about plume, and that's what happened. So to repeat that, basically, I told everybody that all plume are mold because there was no way to get real plume in the situation that we have today. All right, everybody who keep their cigars at 70/70, I'm sorry to tell you, at 70/70, there's no way, absolutely zero way to get plume. I don't care how long you keep it. To crystallize for a oil to crystallize, you need to have an absence of moisture. Now, a very simple way to explain this is if you put a piece of towel in, oh, thanks, Dan, in water, in salt water, and just leave it out there, eventually the water will evaporate, and what you left is salt crystal. Same thing with cigars, okay? Cigar, the oil will dry to a certain point, but you must limit the moisture. So when you have 70% moisture level, that's pretty high. Think about in the summer when you have 70% moisture, relatively moisture outside, wouldn't you feel wet? You'll sweat. It's just not gonna, it's not gonna crystallize anything. Or else, you know, you tell me, can you crystallize your sweat by walking outside at the 70% moisture, relative moisture or humidity? There's no way. So the only way to get crystallized plume is to limit moisture. And I do put my cigars, some of my cigars, in the 40% humidor, which is just glass with some moisture in there, and allow the moisture to evaporate, and that will get you plume over 3 to 4 years of time. Yes, you're not gonna be able to, unless it's 0% moisture, you're not gonna get crystallization that fast. But the 40% will destroy the cigar, and I can tell you, of the boxes that I put in there, more than 80% gets destroyed by drying out, and 1 or 2 will crystallize the actual plume. And I can tell you how the real plume looks like. Real plume looks like you just had your cigar through a confectionery sugar. You know what I'm saying? Those powder, really fine powder sugar, and dust it off. That's how it looks like. That's the real plume. I've never seen other people that has the correct picture of plume. I make those, I give out as a gift to my friends once in a while. I don't get into those arguments of people whether or not is plume or not, because there's no way to get plume at 70/70. All right, so don't kill me for that. I'm just telling you how that works, and the science never lies. Okay, basically you cannot get plume at 70% relative humidity. Just not possible, because your cigar is so wet that keeps the oil from surfacing out. Oil is hydrophobic. It does not like water. It doesn't merge with water. So you need to have absence of water for it to crystallize. So that's the only way to get plume. But white mold, a certain amount of white mold is not damaging to human health, and it will not damage the cigar all that much as a white plume. And basically, how plume tastes like, if you tried margaritas, you have salted rim, right? And you drink that, it tastes of salt. It gets a different, enhanced taste of the margarita. And it's the same thing for cigars. You get to taste the cigar flavor in those crystals. So that's actually how it is like. So please don't kill the messenger. It is the only way to get plume is to limit the moisture. Mold can grow between 40 all the way to any amount of moisture that you can think of. 70/70 will still get you mold. That's why I say plume, that's the only way. So there should be no argument. If anybody keep your cigars in 70/70, you will never get plume. And that went out again. It's not worth it. I can tell you that it's not worth it. I'm giving people as hey, you never tried one before? There's one kind of thing. The reason plume is so sought after, everybody is like, oh my god, it's plume. It's so rare. It's because it's not easy to get. It's really that true. It's not easy to get. If everybody just leave their humidor at 70/70, 2 weeks later it comes back, hey, there's plume. If it's that easy to get plume, then plume is not that big deal, if you think about it. It's big deal because it's so hard to get. And what happens back in the day is so much easier to get plume than today. Why? Because there was no such thing as 70/70. This Boveda pack hasn't been invented 50 years ago. and people just put their cigar anywhere they can put it. And through the summer, humidity rises. Winter, humidity goes down, up, down, up, down. Then you get plume. That's how you actually get crystallized oils or essence of cigars. So yeah, it's not worth it to do, but it will be worth it if you just keep your cigars out there anyway. Then you will get plume, because if you live in a place that has low humidity during certain time of the year, as it kind of recovers during the summertime, the humidity goes up, and rain and all that stuff, and then drops during the winter. That allows the crystal to form. That's how it was able to form, not because we keep it long enough. Right? If you keep it long enough, the oil dries up before it crystallizes, and you have no taste. If you saw that episode with Tim, he actually smoked the pre-embargo cigar. It has no taste because all those oil left. It's already dried up. You'll think that he will have plume, but because it was stored nicely in a humidor, he's not gonna get plume. This is exactly why. So this is why I don't go into argument. I just tell them all plume is mold, because nobody stores their cigar that way, unless you know what I'm talking about. There are few cigar retailer that I know of, okay, that especially few of the La Casa de Habano, they sell Cubans. They will keep some of their cigars not in a humidor. They put it in the drawer, in the cabinet that's closed, that's not getting the humidity, and that actually gets plume. So if you ask the experts that actually try to get plume on their cigar, they will tell you there is no way to get plume at humidified environment. It's not possible. I learned that from when I smoked my first cigar with plume. So it just literally looks like powdered sugar on top. It doesn't look like mold. It doesn't look like white patches. It looks like powdered sugar on top. And if you turn it under the light, it shines a little bit. That's how they know it's crystal. So yeah, you gotta read certain websites that talk about, say, oh, all the samples I got is mold. Well, yeah, people who actually got real plume isn't gonna send you that cigar because it's that hard to get a plume cigar. Why would I do that? For $300? It cost me more than $300 to get one plume cigars. Cost me more than $300 to get one plume cigars. So why would anybody send out a cigar they finally got plume on it just to get $300? It's like the dumbest thing. How do I know that if I send it to him, it's gonna be treated nicely and all that stuff? Would you send, here, Nate? Would you send someone the only unicorn cigar that you ever got? Would you do that? You wouldn't do that, right? If you have a rare cigar, you wouldn't want to just send it out. If you know, it's no. You don't care about that study. You probably don't even know that study because there's no point to read it. So, no one's gonna send a real plume cigar out. They will keep it to treasure it. People who has actual plume cigars will treasure it so much they wouldn't care what other people say. Like they treasure it. The flavor, you cannot get through aging. Just like you cannot get better margarita that's not salted rims with more margaritas. Right? I can enhance the taste of margarita, but it's not gonna be the same. Being able to taste the crystallized cigar, the crystallization of the cigar itself is very different. This is pretty much how the sweetened tips came from. When you smoke a sweetened tips, they put the flavor on the tip of the caps, right? But that really came from smoke a plume cigar that has that enhanced flavor at certain part of the cigar, and that was it. That was really it. And it does look cool because when you smoke it, you just turn it like that, it kind of shines, and that was it. That was really it. It wasn't too much of a difference, but it shows that your cigar has survived a few years of natural condition. Natural condition. So that is how they came about. So yeah, when you say the gratification for them to eat their word, that isn't a good gratification for anybody. And you'll never hear any true cigar aficionado arguing about plume or whatever. There's nothing to argue about. If it happens, it happens. So people can talk all they want. They're not gonna say it doesn't exist, because people who actually try to make the cigar to have plume will tell you, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. But at the same time, if you don't show it, other people is gonna say, no, plume doesn't exist. Get the hell out. You know? But are you gonna send a plume cigar to everybody who disagree? Because you won't have enough. You know how many people out there actually tell you that plume doesn't exist? It does exist, but it's so hard to get. And this is why it's rare, and why it's praised upon. Oh my god, your cigar's got plume. That's great. It's not that special, but at the same time, it's almost like a reward of keeping your cigar for that long, because you gotta don't smoke it and keep it nicely. At the same time, you're sacrificing all the cigar around it, because majority of them is going to dry out. It's a natural process, just like if you go to a cave that has crystal growing at the rocks or something like that. You're not gonna get a whole cave of crystals. You gotta get parts of it that has crystal, because only certain part or only certain cigar will meet that condition to give you that. And cigar is man-made material, not man-made material, but man-made product that not all cigars are made equal. You know, some leaf that was basically cured better, it's gotta survive. Some cigar leaf does not cure good enough, it's never gonna survive. Just the way it is. So yeah, that's something that to get one for somebody, you know, you're going through 3-4 years of waiting just to send somebody one, to let them eat their words. I just don't feel worth it. It's almost like, hey, this guy is buying a cigar with real plume for $300. That's cheap. I'll buy a cigar with real plume for $300. It's not. I don't think it's an even trade for $300, because you know how amount of time and effort that you had to do for your cigars. $300, not worth it. So it's hard to explain like certain things that just happen out of a phenomenon of nature, and it does happen, but it's so rare, and that's what makes it rare. It's like diamonds. You know, if you think diamonds, how diamonds made on earth, under the earth with pressure from carbon. If you saw original carbon is black, how did that turn to a diamond? You will never believe diamond existed until you see diamond. But once you get a diamond, you gotta trade the guy for $300 and here's a piece of diamond from carbon. What is a medium roast coffee to use? What is a good medium roast coffee? Everybody's taste is different. One of my go-to beans that's medium, that I actually like the flavor, is Akona beans. They're actually from Hawaii. Akona beans are really good for French press. So if you can find Kona beans or Hawaiian coffee, those are really, really nice. I actually like those. It's got a good flavor. Another brand is called Eli. You can find that in any convenience store. They're a little bit pricey, but I think the roast is really nicely roasted. Has a good aroma for the roast that they get. I don't like dark roast coffees because what I learned about dark roast coffee, so I actually go with the more aroma coffee rather than a darker roast. You actually want a lighter roast to get the most out of the coffee. So I recommend you to look for Kona coffee, which is it was I always say Hawaiian because Kona coffee only come from Hawaii, and Illy's. You don't have to get the espresso espresso roast. You just get regular medium roast. They're really good. Make sure you get the Arabica beans because those beans has been somewhat fermented, so they're good. They have more acidity. It's good. I had to figure out how I'm gonna travel to certain places that I don't go. I don't go regularly for business, so I do need to take a break once in a while because I do fly a lot for my work. So I try to not fly as much if I don't have to. But you know, I'm trying to travel for sure. Diamonds are artificially inflated. That's true, and it's only because it's rare. Right? Nowadays, it's less rare because you could make artificial diamonds. I mean, the cubic zirconia is literally more clear than a diamond. If too perfect, it's not diamond. Diamond is not perfect. You know, the De Beer company actually made the whole thing about wedding using the diamond. Diamonds are forever and stuff like that. Before, nobody cared about diamond. People actually more like sapphires and rubies back in the day than diamond. Nobody cared about diamond until De Beer company made an advertisement for it. All right, last third, pepper came back. But you know me, I don't like pepper all that much because I retrohale a lot, so it burns my nose. Plume is artificially inflated as well, only because it's so rare. You know, people who tried it once and they can't find it anymore, so they think oh, plume must be that high of a demand, so it's rare, so it's sought after. But it's really not that much better. I can tell you that it's not much better. In fact, I have a few boxes over there sitting, try to make plume to give my friend as a present. But once I have it, plume comes out of it, I'll show it to you guys. I will show it to you guys. You'll see it's shiny and it just looks like it's powdery. I'll show it to you guys so there's no more question about it in the future. But it takes a while. It takes a long time. I check it once a month to see if there's any plume growing on it, and I had to throw away the one that cracked and all that stuff. So. But yeah, I know it's controversial. I don't really want to get into argument about it. So, you know, I try to just tell in the YouTube videos, not the Facebook video, because I think that it will start some fight. And I hope that explains it. Nobody ever go into argument about the hashtag plume, hashtag whatever, hashtag real Cuban or not. You know, I've been trying to give out Cubans as prizes, so I hope that nobody ever talk about plume in or real Cuban or not in Cigars Daily. Let me catch out on the message. Are you going to make any more stickers that just say Seattle region? I am making that as the next batch. So you're just talking about just this border words, right? Without me in it, right? Like that. That is gonna be the next batch. I have to work on the sizes because they don't have exact sizes. You kind of can't tell them the sizes, and as the size goes up bigger when it's not round, they charge a lot of money. So I try to make sure it works. Yeah, they the De Beer company does own majority of the diamonds, and they retail them. So there's a lot of companies that actually will buy diamonds back and resell them. Like I say, white mold happens on food products, are mostly safe to eat. If you see the mold with any other color whatsoever, any bits of any other color other than white, don't smoke it. Salamis are good though. Salami go with cigars is actually pretty good. I just can't keep this lit. And this is not humidified. So it's just not good construction. It doesn't want to burn well. It's disappointing. Disappointing. I had a real good time smoking that Filthy Viking at the longest ash challenge. That was great. That was fun. And the cigar was great. I didn't mind to keep smoking it. If it wasn't because I was empty stomach, I would smoke more that night. But I was there empty stomach. So that didn't make me feel so good, right? Right after that whole incident with turbulence and a lady eating butternut squash right next to me, that didn't help. Yeah, Greg, I will let you know when I have them. It does take time to make them, but once I made it, I'll let you know. Also a big fan of Viennese coffee. Yes, they're very good. I mean, the Italian coffees are very good. Italian knows what they're doing with their coffee. But is Italian my go-to coffee? No. My number one flavor coffee will have to be Ethiopian. If I only wanted a long ash, you know, H. Ottman's banker actually gave me a long ash before. That's weird. Another one that gives me a long ash would be Liga number 9 gives me a long ash, which is really good too. What other one I got a long ash before? It is too loose. This one in particular one is loose. What other one I have long ash? I can't really think of. I smoke a lot of 2000 Davidoff 2000 Tubo, and they give me a long ash too. So it really depends on that specific cigar too. And if you haven't noticed, in the picture, if you go back to see in Cigars Daily, those challenge, you see me smoke like this. I smoke like this because that's the only way to keep a long ash most of the time. So I learned that from watching a cigar ash challenge. Everybody's doing this the whole time, and that's how they get a long ash. All right, Greg, thanks for joining us. I'll talk to you later, Greg. Yeah, the Filthy Viking is long enough to give you good ash. Winston Churchill also give you a long ash too. For the banker, you have to remove all of the wrappers first. All right, all of the wrapper, all the bands, and all the things that's on it, and then just smoke it slowly. Then you'll get a long ash. I had a long ash with that before. I have watched the championship before, the smoking championship, where everybody's just like this the whole time. They don't move. They just smoke. And literally, they don't stop. They just keep going, keep going, keep going. Try to get the long ash. I'm amazed by those people because at that point it's not enjoyable anymore. It's definitely not enjoyable anymore. It's just smoking, trying to get the ash. Now, Tristan, that's kind of weird because long ash actually requires your filler to be long fillers because that's the only way to keep the strength to hold it. So for you to have $1 cigar, that cigar must be worth more than $1 that you end up getting for $1. Because you need long filler to get that ash. Short filler cigars usually just fall off because there's nothing holding the leaves together. You can kind of feel when it's coming down. When you smoke like that, you can kind of feel like it kind of just tilts. That second, you know it's gonna come off, so you gotta remove it from your face as quick as you can. Mark Twain. Okay. See, when I smoke the Avo Maduro, because it's Robusto size, it doesn't give me that long of ash because it's only this long. So the maximum ash you can get is about this much before it hits the bend. Once you take the bend, it falls off. So I've never had a long ash. How is the Pedialyte paired with a cigar? It's horrible pairing. Don't try this at home. It's horrible pairing. It doesn't do anything. It did not help with the strength of the cigar. I still feel the strength of the cigar, so it's not there. It's not helping. The sweet does not go with the cigar either. I feel like, you know, it's like eating Jinogal chicken and then go and eat a taco or something like that. So it doesn't go well together. Not recommended. Thumbs down. Big thumbs down. Not recommended. Don't do that. Not as bad as soy sauce cigar though. I think by far the worst thing I've done doing the live shows and stuff like that is the soy sauce cigar. Maybe next time I go, I will infuse one and give it to Tim and have him smoke it in front of you guys. You guys think that's a good idea? Soy sauce cigar, bring over to Tim. I think that would be a good idea. He will give you an ultimate mouthfeel face with that. I did thought about bringing stinky tofu over, just air pack it so there's no air leaking out. But if he cut it open in his shop, it's gonna smell like that for the next couple of days, I think. My wife hates the smell of the stinky tofu, and I still eat it, but you know she hates the smell. She will like walk away when I'm eating it. But yeah, it's I don't know. All day long, I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna make Tim have a bad time during his live show. Because when he have a bad time, everybody else had a good time. And he's a trooper too. He will do it. That's the thing. And I did send a Chinese cigar over to him. I sent 2 kinds. One kind I have not reviewed it in the live show yet. So I wonder how he feels like, and I'll do one the same, and we'll see if we matches in regards. Yeah, don't do this pairing. It's waste of your money. Please do something that's gonna taste better. But yeah, like right now, every day I'm just like, the next time I go to Tim, what should I make him do? That's gonna be the best episode of the year. What do you guys think about that episode though? I actually like that episode. Do you guys think that episode was boring? Do you guys think that episode was enjoyable? I mean, it was short. You know, he spent more time peeling the egg than eating the egg. Gross. Okay. Yeah, I like the episode. My wife watched clips of that episode. She just skipped through it, and she's like, "What did you do? When you travel all this way just to make him eat an egg?" It's like, yeah, that's like the best thing he ate for the day. Because my wife didn't like the century eggs either. So she's like, why are you make him eating that? But I thought it was fun. I mean, it's definitely fun. Everybody over there had a fun time that day. I feel like Tim should throw that kind of party every quarter just so that everybody there enjoys it. Because I think that was a very enjoyable experience for me, at least. I hope more people will show up at that kind of event because it's so fun. It's so fun. And Tim definitely went out of his way to give out cigars. He gave out a lot of cigars. Not only he gave out cigars, that night, he gave out cutters too, and there was a guy that donated 3 nice cutters for people to win too. So we win cigar cutters. There are people that win cigar cutter and lighters. There's people that win cigars. There are people that win hats. So you know, some of the swag. So it's a nice event. German accent. I think I remember that episode. I wasn't sure he was yelling your name though. I wasn't too sure that he was yelling your name. How about the? Did you guys watch the impersonation of Tim? That just came out not long ago. I think about 40 minutes ago. I know, actually, no, more than an hour ago. Tim posted up. Everybody tried to impersonate him, saying the beginning. Hi, this is Tim, and you're watching Cigars Daily. I think Harrison did the best job. He sounds like Tim. Like, I was watching it, and my wife right next to me, she was listening to it, and she's like, "You sound nothing like Tim." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm Asian. What do you expect?" And when Harrison comes out, she's like, "That sounds like Tim. That sounds just like Tim." So Tim's got a vote. I mean, not Tim. Harrison got a vote for that. At least for my wife. So it was a fun thing to do. The studio is a nice thing to be at. Martin is not on right now. He asked me to fix the Y at Cigars Daily, but I couldn't. That thing is glued onto the wall. Those people that haven't been to Cigars Daily, I highly recommend you go try at least one time. It's a really nice lounge. Everybody at the lounge is fun. They're not afraid to chat with you. Yeah, Joseph, thanks for the vote. But I think Harrison definitely have this one. He's got most votes. I see all Harrisons. All right, have a good night, Jason. Have a good night. I think he said your last name in German, right? Steinheifer. German language is such a straight to the point language, right? Because every word describes what it is, right? So I can't get a good example. I think something like I'm trying to find a good example with words that doesn't describe the thing, but then actually describes it. I'm not saying this is what it is, right? But I think solar panel, or in Germany, would be like a panel that uses sun to make energy in German, like something like that. Because when they say the words, they just say whatever it is, describing what it is, rather than the name of what it is. Yeah, don't talk to Tim, talk to Jim, because Jim was much more interesting. He have a lot. He can go on and on and on, and this guy he can really talk. But yeah, languages are different. It's cool. Need something stronger than coffee after your day today. What is something stronger than a coffee? How about 2 coffee? That's stronger than a coffee. 2 coffee is stronger than 1 coffee. If that's not enough, try 3 coffee. Did you know Jack Daniel is making coffee beans? I just heard that today. Jack Daniel is making coffee beans. I wonder how that tastes like. $151. Bacardi? Light it up on fire. Yeah, every language has its own weird things. Like, I think French, they say number in like 16th or something like that, or 20th. Some weird numbers. So if you have like something like a 70, you'll say 16 how many times, and then whatever number, that's the end. So divided by 16, you get that number, and then whatever that's left over. I don't know why. Why would you do that? It's almost like saying foot and inches, right? Where everybody uses centimeter, we're still using feet. I think coffee beans should just I'm a type of person like things to enhance what it is rather than change what it is. So I want coffee bean to taste like coffee bean, not something else. Like I want cigar to taste like cigar, not something else. Did I poop today? If yes, when? I poop every day. Around 3 o'clock. Just so if you want to know, yeah, about 3 o'clock. You know, the best time to poop is actually in the morning. So if you decide to poop in the morning, that's actually healthy. Kahlua? Wait, what are we talking about? Kahlua? Well, yeah, Kahlua. But Kahlua is not coffee, though. Kahlua is cream. More like a cream. You know, they have Godiva liquor that's used as like espresso taste. That might be it. That might be stronger. But that will put you to sleep, though. That's not gonna wake you up. That's gonna put you to sleep. Winker bean. That's a different kind of question. I've never anybody ever asked me that. Did you poop today? And what time did you poop? Not even my doctor asked me that. But that was a good question. I answered it. You know what I did today though? I grout my tiles. That was a long work. Yeah, when you put Kahlua or Bailey's in your coffee, that's gonna drive you to sleep. That's not gonna help you stay awake. It does taste good though. Bailey's? How did they come up with that? Yeah, see, that's kind of healthy. Poop in the morning is actually pretty healthy. It's actually not easy to do. For busy Americans nowadays, we don't poop in the morning. Do you have the time to sit on your toilet in the morning? That's pretty hard. Usually, like, you know, I sleep at weird times, so I don't have a regular bowel movement for sure. And I got used to that. You'll never see me poop outside. I don't like to go to toilets when I go outside of my house. I'll hold it until I get home. Everclear. Is that a drink? 190 proof. Everclear. By the way, I have promised John Monaco to ask this, okay? He's been looking for few bottles of whiskeys that is over the top pricey. So if you have bottles of whiskey that's over $1,000, you can talk to John Monaco. I don't think anybody has it, because even I don't have it. I don't drink that kind of whiskey. But if you have bottles of $1,000 whiskeys, contact John Monaco. Every weekday. So weekend is even worse. 12:45 to 6:45. 6 hours sleep. That's actually not bad. You know, as you get older, you need less and less sleep. When you're an infant all the way to adolescent, you actually need more than 10 hours of sleep. And nobody gets that. Do I drink? I drink. I just don't drink for non-special reason. So if nothing big happens, nothing special happens, I don't drink. I like drinking for the enjoyment of friendship or enjoyment of celebration. I don't like to drink for no reason, because when you drink alone, that is not enjoyable. Sometimes smoking alone is not enjoyable. For me, alcohol alone is definitely not an enjoyable experience. So I don't drink alone. I drink when my brother comes down from New York. We'll chat all night. We'll drink. We'll smoke. Sometimes when I have a really special dinner, like New Year's dinner and stuff like that, I will drink. Celebration, special events with family, I will drink, but I won't drink for regular reason. I won't be like, hey, today's Tuesday, I had a stressful day, and I have a drink. That doesn't happen with me. Because I don't feel like alcohol help me celebrate the day. I think that the company help me celebrate the day, and if my company is drinking, I will drink with them so that I don't become a party pooper. But I would drink if it's for special reason. Heck, I will drink for you guys. Like, you know, when I do pairing in the future, I will drink with you guys. I drink one of the episodes when I was talking to you guys with a cup of drink. So when it comes to alcohol, I don't drink for unless there's a special reason. I don't even drink normally when I go to restaurants unless it came with a pairing, because it's just something I'm not. I drive and I try not to drink. Not even a little bit. So when I have a little bit of drink, I try not to drive. It's just more like a common courtesy kind of thing. Because when I drive, usually, if I drive by myself, I don't care. But if I usually drive with my wife on the car, and I try to not do anything whatsoever that would endanger my wife for any reason. So I don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. Oh, this is such a bad pairing. I'm drinking it because I'm talking and my mouth gets dry. But the sweet taste of this washes away anything. It's just not a good pairing. Another thing that's bad for pairing is orange soda. Don't drink orange soda while you're smoking. It doesn't pair well. That's the thing, Nate. To answer your question, basically, I don't like to get drunk to my ass. That's one of the things. I like to remember all the stuff. I like to enjoy all the times I have spent. So I never will drink myself to a point where I'm drunk. That's just not me. That's just not me. I have some good tolerance. I can drink a lot of alcohol, but I never drink myself to drunk. Not ever since the first date with my wife, I got drunk. So yeah, I have not gotten drunk ever since the first date with my wife. No, first date with my wife is not to any fancy place. I go with my wife to one of the party her friends are throwing. And I'm a strong drinker. I'm a crazy drinker. When I was doing college time, so when I go to that party with her, I didn't even have any food yet. I just went to there because it was last minute. She wanted to go, so I went. And then I had, as soon as I sat down, I had a whole bottle of Absolute. I don't know, the whole bottle of Absolute is about this size. I had a whole bottle of Absolute. And that's good. You know, I enjoyed it. Whole bottle of Absolute. And then we'll play games. That's when it went back. Because obviously when you have a lot of alcohol in your system, you can't really play games. Like when you play games, you're too slow. So I'm the only one that already have a whole bottle of Absolute, and it's kicking in relatively quick. So I keep losing. I keep losing the game, and I'm very competitive. I'll continue to play. When you lose, you drink. When you lose, you drink. So at the end, I probably had a bottle and a half, and I basically just puked myself for the rest of the night. My wife will remember this very well, because that's the only night where like I'm just staying there at the toilet for like half an hour, and then I went to the trash can and puke up everybody else who's also puking. But yeah, that was like, you know what? I can't remember any fun thing about that night from the future. I'm just not gonna get drunk. So to get me drunk, you need at least one bottle of Absolute. One bottle of Absolute, this size. Before I gotta get drunk. Because that's how much I can handle. When you drink Chinese alcohol, that's few cup of that is equal to 1 bottle of Absolute. So, but I used to party with some Mexicans, and they party all night. So they'll drink beer all day now, like all day long. And we usually go by case, few cases at a time, and that way it will actually raise your tolerance of alcohol because you just keep drinking. But the night you call drunk when you're playing Monopoly. So yeah, so I'm not particularly like to get drunk or the feeling of tipsy is not preferred to me. I actually don't like that feeling. So I don't drink all day long. I just drink whenever it's necessary. I can enjoy the drink. I can totally enjoy it, but I find no enjoyment at drinking alone or drinking for the sake of drinking. Like just to get tipsy or just to get drunk. That doesn't happen with me. Pop vodka is my number one. That's not cheap. My favorite stuff is actually rum. I actually like rum more than anything, but I try not to drink that anymore. So the comments are delayed. I'm not sure why. It shouldn't be. I'm reading all the comments here. But yeah, I like rum. I like rum a lot. I like dark rum. So if you ask me, do I like to drink spirit or rum? I would say I like rum better. Yes, water helps you not get hangover, but it's actually not water that help you to not get hangover. It's actually the salt. Electrolytes and minerals help you to process those water. When you drink a lot of alcohol, you dehydrate, and when you dehydrate, your brain shrink. So that's how you get hangovers. So I recommend for anybody that drinks alcohol, have some sports drink in between, or have some salt water. That's gonna help you to keep the alcohol down the next day. But yeah, when I'm drinking, a good example is this. My brother will drink 2 bottles of red wine just as a pregame like that. And while he drink that 2 bottle, I will have 1 cup of whiskey. And that was it. And then at the end of the night, I only probably have 2 cups of whiskey, and he already have like 6 bottles of wines down. Amarettos are good. The almond taste. I like the almond taste stuff. Whiskey sours. Okay. Yeah, when I drink whiskey, I drink it on the rocks with a drop or splash of water or club soda. And that's pretty much how I drink when I go out. You like anything ginger? How about Dark and Stormy? Ginger beer with Coke and dark rum. That's actually pretty good. So it's ginger flavored for sure. Ginger is good. I actually cook a lot of ginger with my food because I just like ginger. Have you tried to fry ginger like a bacon? It actually tastes really good. Try that. I don't like ginger candy. I don't know why people like ginger candy. It tastes nothing like ginger. Ginger candy tastes nothing like a ginger. Ginger should give you that burn, right? So ginger candy doesn't give you that burn, so it doesn't hit my palate the same way. Such an Asian thing to eat, though. That's right, ginger beer and Dora's scotch. Ginger beer and scotch are pretty good. So yeah, that's the few things I drink. That's a good way to drink bourbon. So if you don't know already, you should drink bourbon, scotch, with any type of whiskey with a drop of water, and that drop of water will tell you whether or not you're drinking a good whiskey. If your whiskey is not properly aged and it's colored with caramel, putting the water will water it down. But if the whiskey that you're drinking are good, putting a drop of water, you'll see the oil separate, and the aroma is like 100 times better. So I always have a couple drop of water or splash of club soda. All right, Tristan. Steinheifer. Have a good night, man. The ginger raw, it tastes so good. It's so good for you too. During the winter, just put a piece of ginger in your mouth, hold it, it'll warm you up. Hey, Maurice. I think it's Maurice. What's going on, man? Just joined us. Maurice, you have what you missed already is that we have tried the #1 cigar of 2018. My verdict for that is definitely not a #1 cigar of 2018. Definitely not. And yes, E for effort. And we touch upon a few topics here and there. We talked about, I encourage people to donate. The links are in the description below. And I talk about, anybody who donate will get a sticker. And we also talked about things about plume, which I don't care to repeat, so you can rewind if you want to. We touch upon various few things, especially if I pooped today and what time I pooped. And now we're talking about food and alcohol drinks. Oh, okay, Nate, this is the part that I did not. The cigar is the Carrillo Encore Majestic. It's the EP Encore Majestic. The mouthful. Oh my god. Nate, I actually like to eat garlic raw. That's something that people don't know about me. I do eat raw. A lot of time I will have a piece of garlic on my hand, and I'll eat the dumplings, and I'll just bite the garlic on its own. I'll have those Chinese sausage where I also eat the raw garlic as well. My wife hates it because I have garlic bread for the next 2 days, but I love it. It's very potent. It's actually tastes really good. I liked it. And that's actually the only way to get benefit from garlic. Everybody says garlic it helps with your health. It kills bacteria. You gotta live longer eating it. If you cook garlic in any way, that benefit goes away. You have to crush it with your teeth to get that the benefit of garlic. It's all good, man. It's not mandatory. It's just to help with the shipping costs. What? Come on. I can eat a raw garlic any time of the week, any time of the day, so long as I don't have to talk to a client. When I talk to a client, obviously, garlic breath. I don't consider that I'm building my own empire. I mean, I think this is a safe area to chat or something like that. The only reason I'm doing it, donation and all that stuff, is really to cover the cost of shipping because they add up really quickly. I have plenty of t-shirts that I'm gonna ship out. Thanks, Joseph. I have plenty of t-shirts to ship out and stuff like that, so I wanted to have some way of covering those shipping costs. I definitely can blend cigars. I don't know how to blend a cigar, so the only way you gotta get a cigar from me that's blend, it will be a soy sauce flavored. I'm gonna roll a cigar with a piece of sausage in the middle, and then the sausage will be soaked with the soy sauce. That's all you gotta get. Yeah, I don't even know if I was to choose to blend a cigar how it would be like. it will definitely not be popular. I can tell you that. You know, I can tell you that if I was able to blend a cigar, it's not gonna be popular. You have Nicaraguan filler and Maduro wrappers. Binder will probably be Nicaraguan as well. So nothing too special. You'll probably find that in like $2 cigars. Hey, Kat, you made it. What's going on, Kat? Kat, I was looking at t-shirt making companies. Actually, this company actually makes 5XL. So if it comes up, you'll be able to wear them. 5XL. I was calling them. I was like, do you guys make large t-shirt? They're like, oh, we'll go up to 5XL. I was like, okay, that's fine. Bye. So I'm thinking about you, man. Cat, were you the one that posted the thing about cat being most fierce animal out there because they kill more animal than any other animal? Because I swear to God, all the cats are evil. Only because I'm allergic to cat. Every time I look at a cat, I think they want to kill me. I go to those pet stores, and they always have cats at the window. Every cat look at me as if they want to kill me. They hiss at me, so I don't know. They're like, oh, look at that Asian guy. He probably ate my uncle. I never had any trouble with dogs. I don't care how fierce that dog is. I never have trouble with them. But cats, they want to kill me, man. You know, that would be a very expensive cigar, Nate. If you want to import all the major leaf from all the major country and then start rolling them, that's some serious expense. Especially China leaves, there's no way to export them. It's illegal for any manufacturer to willingly export their Chinese cigars. So you're not gonna be able to get China unless that whole cigar is made in China, mixed with Honduras and mixed with Nicaraguan cigars. It was kind of different. So when I smoked this Chinese cigar, they're mellow. They're almost like Cubans. Okay, I know they're Cuban seeds, and they have a little bit of tea flavor with some longan flavor. So for those people who never try longan, you probably won't be able to identify what that is. So I'm interested to find out how other people feel like about that longan flavor, because I can identify as a longan because I eat longan before. You know, cat will be probably the only thing that can kill the soy sauce assassin. I know they're planning. They're like, you know, one of those pinky in the brain kind of thing. What we're doing tonight, same thing every night. Take over the world. The cats don't like me. My mom owns a cat, and her cats like to jump on my stuff knowing that I'm allergic to them. Ants are badass. Yeah, I know that you cannot find them in Holland, for sure. Because I went to China, I asked about why couldn't I buy that anywhere. They say that it's illegal to sell them in any other country. So. Pinky in the brains. I love the lyric when they say one is genius, the other one is insane, and you can tell which one it is. It's not the brain. Contradiction with names. Chinese people, a lot of female like to use the word beautiful as their name. I've never met a woman with the word beautiful in their name, which is 美丽 in their name, that are beautiful. Contradiction with name. I don't know. I've never, like, you know, I've seen a lot of female, their name represents like bring sons, because they want to have sons, so they named their daughter using the word bring sons, and then continue to have 4 daughters after that. Never name something that's gonna contradict something, you know. All the like the ships that has names that like, you know, named after gods, like the unsinkable, all that kind of stuff sinks. All right, Maurice, have a good night, man. I agree. Dogs are awesome. Dogs are awesome. I have dogs all my life. At one point, I have like 16 dogs, 12 dogs, 16 dogs. So I have a lot of dogs back in the days. They will have litters, and then the litter grow up and have plenty of dogs. And the only dog that I had that was unmanageable was the Doberman Pinscher, a female Doberman Pinscher. She's way too hyper to do anything. Anything. She will chase anything. She will chase. If I drive out, she will chase the car. You know, she's just way too hard to manage. In the end, a vet decided to say, "Hey, I love your dog." I was like, "She's crazy," you know. And she said, "Oh, I love to take care of your dog." So he ended up adopting my dog, the Doberman Pinscher. 2 years later, he says, "Dude, your dog destroys my house." The scorpion my wife made me get rid of. Well, yeah, if I were your wife, I would tell you to get rid of it too. Don't ever raise something that could kill you. What is my favorite breed of dog? Well, I gotta be biased, but my favorite breed, 2 breeds. One is Australian Terrier because I own the Australian Terrier, and he's been with me for the majority of my life, 12 years. So I love him to death. But then he passed away last April, and so Australian Terrier is one breed. The other breed that I love is the Shiba Inus. They are cute as hell. I love them. I like dog with attitude. Like, I don't like dog that's too obedient. I like dog with attitude. Dog should have their own attitude, like when they decide to go to you or decide not to. When I tell my dog to come to me, he comes to me when he feels like it. Even if I have food, he's like, think about it. He's like, should I go over there? Only have one little black dog. He's the king of the yard. Yeah, you know, the smaller dogs, they actually think that all the fierce dogs are small dogs. They think they're bigger than they are, you know. They will pick fight with bigger dogs. They're just that crazy, you know. They're just that crazy. By the way, if you don't know already and you donated already, please private message me your address. I would like to send you a sticker. So that, you know, I have an address to send it to. Well, Alaskan Malamute is not any dog. That is one beast. That's like a polar bear, all right? That's not easy to take care of. So props to you be able to take care of Alaskan Malamute, because that's not easy dog to take care of. Damon Jones. So #1 cigar of the year is not a #1 for me. It's got pepper in the beginning, a little bit woodsy flavor, and then worked you into a cedar, and then the last third I didn't want to burn, so it's not #1 for me. Yeah, I don't have any snakes. If I have any snake in the house, it's gonna end up to be my dinner. I eat snakes, so I don't think I can stare at my food for that long. Pitbull. I love pit bulls. I don't care what people say, how dangerous they are. There's no such thing as a dangerous dog. There's only such thing as dangerous owner. Okay? If your dog is aggressive, it's because you're not a good owner. And I love pit bulls. They're so cute. They're so loving. They protect their family. I've seen plenty of baby play with pit bulls, and the pit bulls just get beat up every single time by the baby. I don't care what people say. Pit bulls are not dangerous. Pit bulls are very, very sweet. Okay, they're so sweet. They're so cute. They just fall like, oh my god. I can't say enough good thing about them. I know a lot of people are afraid of them, because you're afraid of them, they feel weird. You feel weird, they feel weird, right? Like if I'm go out, think of this way. If I am a 200-pound guy full of muscle or tattoos everywhere, I could be the nicest guy, but you gotta be afraid of me. And Pitbull is just that. If you don't know the Pitbull, you gotta be afraid of them, but they are so cute. They are so cute. They're so cute. Yeah. Pitbull is good dog to have. They're only aggressive if they have aggressive owner, that's number one. Number two is when they're protecting their owners, which I will want my dog to be as aggressive as possible when they're protecting me. My dog protects my wife. They don't care about me. I don't know why. All right. When my wife's go take a shower, the two dogs will just wait outside of the bathroom. They don't care what I'm doing. When we sleep, the two dogs sleep on the same side where my wife is. They don't care about me. Only time they'll come to me is feeding them. I own a pit bull whole life since the day. Okay. So yeah, I know a lot of people has misconception about pit bulls, but you know, if you've never seen a pit bull before, be nice to them. They'll be nice to you. Pit bulls are not aggressive. They're only aggressive to save their owners, will protect their owner when they feel that you possess a threat to what they're protecting. Yeah, you're gonna have issues, but pit bulls are nice. My wife and I actually we thought about to get on the dog. Actually, when this dog passed away, we might get another dog. We don't want to get another puppy where the puppy will have to experience the loss of a family member. So we are waiting for this the current dog to pass away. She's actually very near that. She have collapsed lung or collapsed trachea, not collapsed lung, collapsed trachea. And the thing is that the collapsed trachea eventually developed into a situation where she doesn't get enough oxygen or have heart attack. So I'm mentally prepared for this, and I try to be at home as much as possible in case something does happen. And hopefully that never happens, but it does happen. Dalmatian, I never had a Dalmatian. And I know they're very playful. They don't like to do work. So very shaky, skittish dog. I used to have a Maltese, and the Maltese shakes all day. She just shakes. Everything you do, she shakes. She can sit there and she's shaking. So I always think like they're afraid of something or something's going on, but she'll play and she'll play and shake at the same time. So I don't understand why they shake, but they shake. Maltese is a very tiny dog too. They're like that tiny. So I used to have a Pekingese too. Fat, flat face. So cute. Check my PM. Ah, here we go. Chris just sent me a picture of the pit bull. Isn't that cute or what? Well, Doberman is more of a hunting dog, so they will tend to want to kill something. So, again, that has to do with the owner, right? So, if your owner did not keep them around or keep eye on them, they're going to go out and kill something. So, I wouldn't blame the dog for it. The dogs committed no sins. Gotta give the dog proper recognition. Dog, they commit their whole life to you, You really should. We barely commit a few hours a day with them, so you can think that, it's like a kid that the parent only comes home a few hours a day and they never talk to you for unless a few hours a day, kind of thing. Well, how much would a sheep cost? I mean, the goats. How much would a goat cost? How much would that your uncle had to pay for the goat when he kills the goat? Did he get to keep the goat at least for dinner? I'm not sure, but he was wealthy. I hope he at least keep the goats for dinner. The goats are pretty good for dinner. Very iffy stuff. Anyways, so I apologize for those people who joined late because it's been 2 hours. I tried to keep the live shows at 2 hours, and let's sum this up. Number one cigar of the year. It's not number one for me. It's very loose draw. It doesn't have complex flavor. I don't even know why it's number one. I actually feel like the number two cigar, my father's La Oplencia, was much better. So again, I am giving out one. So to win this number one cigar of the 2018, all you had to do was leave a comment in the comment section and hit a thumbs up, and I'll randomly choose a person to win on the next video or next live session, which will be Saturday at 9 p.m. as usual time. And talked about donation for sticker. If you donate it, PM me for your address. I'll send you stickers. I have stickers coming and I have magnets coming. So based on how much you donate, I will either give you stickers or magnets. That should be it. I think that should be it. Look forward for more stuff. I hope you guys all play with the hashtag games that we have going on with Cigars Daily Nations. We do have a lot of stuff to give out, so make sure you check out those hashtags and then try to find out what game you want to participate. You can participate in all of them. I hope you guys win all of them. And done. I have Patreon page I set up, but I don't know how to use it, and I don't really feel right to ask you to donate every single month. So just donate whenever you feel like it. But eventually I'll probably set it up. Depends how often I start giving out stuff. Right now, I'm just trying one thing at a time to see which one that will fit the expense best. Other than that, let's see. That should be it. I think that should be it. So, I'll see you guys on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you guys play all the games that's going on with Cigars Daily Nation. I love to give stuff out, right? Nothing wrong with giving stuff out. I do encourage everybody, if you see any posts in Cigars Daily that's hurting people, that's trolling people and stuff like that, go ahead and just click on that, report to admin, the admins. We have 2 admins right now with Austin Anthony and David Littleton. They need your help to identify who's the people that's in Cigars Daily Nation for the wrong reason. So I hope you can help us and help the whole nation to find those people and report them. Don't feel shy. It's okay if you report the wrong people, and then they won't get, they will look into it, right? Yeah, and we are getting big snow, so I don't know what I'll be doing for the snow. Maybe I'll do something crazy. Who knows? So anyways, I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Stay saucy, everybody. Good night.